Dr. Chris here. So today, totally different ball of wax. I'm doing a primer on applied kinesiology, also called muscle testing. And it's commonly used. Some of you may think it's nonsense. Some of you may know that it has changed your life, and most of you are probably somewhere in between. I'm not going to attempt to make a case for the validity on whether or not it works. In my experience, it works really well on most of the people most of the time. There are some people that really just are harder to connect to, and there's other methods and techniques, and then there's some people that it's absolutely miraculous. I was doing kinesiology. I do this a lot in my practice. I was doing applied kinesiology on a patient, and we can get yes and no answers. That's what the way that I do it is I have the person generally lying on their back and they'll have their arm extended, just in front of them. And I will press and they will match my pressure. When something is a no, the arm has no strength. It does not have what's called a lock. So I did this on a patient yesterday because I was suspecting that oatmeal in particular was leading to her inflammation. And she was not pleased with that. So we did the test. As soon as we tested oatmeal, she had no strength in her arm. And then we tested dairy products, cottage cheese, because what do I have for breakfast, right? We run through cottage cheese, that's good. Milk, that's good. Eggs, no good. I tell her eggs are no good. She has no idea what I'm testing. I like to blind the patient to remove bias. And she's like, oh, yeah, I can't eat eggs. So then I tested potatoes. Potatoes, no good. Oh, yeah, I don't do potatoes. And so we went through. I didn't know what foods she did or didn't do. And the accuracy was, frankly, absolutely beautiful to see in real time. What I have on the screen is the map of consciousness that's put together by Dr. David Hawkins. He used kinesiology because the body cannot lie. So we can ask the body questions as long as we have a foundational strong communication and we calibrate, the body will give answers. So he put together this scale. Fred Dodson also used kinesiology to put together his scale, and his is much more granular. Um, this is an incredible way for us to connect to our other intelligences. Now, I'm not doing this video as a sales pitch. What I'm doing it for is it took me so many different tries to be able to dial it in and do it. I ended up studying um, the nutrition response testing is a wonderful training for how to do this. And what I found was the other trainings that I took were worse than bad. Not that they would think they were. They were worse than bad because they set me back. They didn't cover the pitfalls, the traps, etc. So I'm going to just tell you. Now there's other forms of muscle testing. I don't do them. There's one where I can press on my own finger. I just haven't found that that works well for me. I can't let go and have it work. There's another one where you make an O-ring. I think it's pinky and thumb. You can look this up in books. Again, not an easy one for me. I am very fortunate that I get to work with people all the time and they trust me and I trust them. And so we're able to have this dialogue, which is fantastic. So Dr. Hawkins put together this scale, which is beautiful. I strongly recommend looking at his book, Power versus Force, if you're interested further in this. And he used muscle testing to find what the energetic log or what the vibration is of the various forms of consciousness. And so he was able to really connect to a truth to bring this to us. And that's the beauty of this. We can use muscle testing. I can ask another person, another body, is the vibration of reason 300? I'll get a yes on 300. Is it 400? I'll get a yes on 400. Is it 500? I'll get a no. Is it 450? No. Okay, so now I know it's 400. And that's really, really powerful once we get into a flow with it. As you see, joy is 540, pride is 175. So he was using the granular numbers up and down until he got to where it held. So now, without any further ado, what are the pitfalls? First thing is we have to be careful with our mind, especially the person doing the testing. I have to be present in what I'm doing because where my consciousness is where I'm connecting with the other person. So I can't be thinking about other things. I can't be in a funky mood. The higher my vibration is when I'm testing, the faster and more accurate the tests are. Um, it's not about strength. So one of the most important kinesiological, maybe the wrong word. One of the most important kinesthetic attributes of doing this is calibrating myself that I don't have to press that hard. I'm just feeling for what the lock is on that person. I need to learn how to dance with each person that comes in. So I want to feel where that lock is so I don't have to use too much pressure and I start pushing and arm wrestling. It's not a strength test. When I learn to feel that, I can feel with a little bit of pressure, that arm just stays. I can lean into that arm until it wants to fall off. It doesn't matter. That arm stays. And then the unlock. I put some pressure on that arm is shaking and fighting and there's no strength behind it. And that is how we learn to read the yes and the no. At a higher level, the lock is sometimes excess. So that's indicative that there's a pathology of excess, or it's also not it's not ideal. But that's definitely more advanced. For right now, we stick with yes and no. So if there's a lock, that's generally a yes. And if there's an unlock, that's generally a no. You can do this at home. You can do this with anything. So it can be done standing, it can be done sitting. I just find that it's easiest to be done. Again, I have treatment tables, I have an acupuncture office. It's a different scenario than maybe you have at home. It could be done standing. So you could have someone just stand in front of you, and I will make videos with demonstration. And you have them extend their arm in front, press on the arm. You should be in a calm, present state. They should be in a calm, present state. You press on the arm should stay there. And then I don't know, have them hold a bottle of Diet Coke or something that's not good for them. You press on the arm has no strength. That's the indication. What you're doing at that point is asking, how does your body like this substance? And we can press on the heart. And then, well, depending on maybe pick something a little less intimate. We can press on the neck. How's your neck doing? How's the occiput? Press on the arm. If the arm is strong, it's generally okay. If the arm has no strength, oh wow, there's a neck issue. Press on liver, kidney, stomach. And if someone's having an issue, you can test medication. Okay, I just test you and then, test your arm and you're doing okay. And now I'm going to have you hold your statin, your cholesterol medication. You hold that and then you press on the arm goes weak. Their body does not like that medication. It's not affecting them well. Statins, cholesterol medication, can sometimes deplete CoQ10, which is a powerful antioxidant made in the liver. So some people will take a CoQ10 with a statin. So you can have that person hold that statin that made their arm go weak and the CoQ10, the supplement, holding it at the same time. How does your body like it when you take both of these? And if the arm goes strong, Now you know that the CoQ10 helps to mitigate the side effects of the statin. So it's a phenomenal way. People that know how to do this will, they'll even go to the store, they'll grab a supplement. Oh, does this work for me? And they'll have a partner, a loved one, or maybe they can execute the one finger technique on themselves. How does this match up to me? And their body will tell them in real time. Your body can tell you in real time how it matches up to you if you like it, because it does not serve you, and it's not going to help your health to take supplements or foods. You can test foods. If you get bloated all the time, you can take whatever you tend to eat. Again, you get a second person, calibrate to make sure you can tell a lock from an unlock. And then you're like, you know what? How am I doing with milk? And you take a glass with a little bit of milk and you put it on you and you have the person test you. If your arm goes to trash, the milk, you may have an issue with the dairy and that's causing the pain in your joints. If you aren't sure how you're doing with wheat, you put a loaf of bread on yourself, have the person test you, see how you're doing. You can do this with everything. If you're like, should I take this new job? You have a job offer. You write job offer on a piece of paper, put it on yourself, have the person test you. Now you're asking your body, how do I feel about this? How's my vibration matching up with this? So muscle testing is extremely powerful. I do want you to take note of just a few of the common pitfalls. Mine should be clear. You shouldn't be using force. There's going to be some force, but you shouldn't be using force. You just fatigue the muscle that way. Learn to feel what a lock is. Learn to feel what an unlock is. Understand it. Communicate it with the other person. Because we're switching over from word dialogue to body dialogue. We need to establish that we're speaking the same language. If we don't do that, then we're just making noise and we're not moving forward. So, this is really the crux of it. You establish a good baseline, you establish good calibration, and the sky is the limit. This is amazing. This tool can be used for just about anything, and it's going to give yes and no answers. At more advanced levels, we can even get more from it. But for right now, goodness gracious, and I'm going to give more because this is level one. Find the lock, calibrate. If you're going to do this all day, that we'd have to go into ergonomics, but you're not. Find the lock and calibrate. And in the next discussion, I will offer the foundational communication parts because there's nervous system tests that we want to run at the very beginning if we're going to do any more advanced scanning or testing of the body, because we want to make sure the body can communicate with us reliably. But we're not up to that yet. Anyhow, if you like this video, please like and share. If you have any questions, post them below. I'm Dr. Chris, level3coaching.org. Click below, like, share, comment, subscribe. I post all sorts of different stuff. If there's anything you want me to post, reach out to me. I may. And I'll let you know what the next part of this is when I'm ready. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me. And I really sincerely hope this helps someone. Even medical practitioners who've learned this, I took classes with so many people. These are the pitfalls that they didn't even cover in weekend seminars. So I'm trying to give it all away to you because we raise each other up.